Hello ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between. Welcome to the Turkish Grand Prix with Andrew Bortz doing that career mode in DAT HRT on DAT Expert difficulty. I am at Ruda, aka at Agent Mulder 5, aka no longer sick and throwing up in the middle of his casts. And we have an interesting race for you today. If you have not already seen the Chinese Grand Prix, go watch it. It has Steve Stoop. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. But yep, a lot going on. Sorry for not getting this out to you sooner, but I have been sick and, well, disposed with exams and all kinds of fun stuff. So here we go, flicking through his times, comparing his times to the leaders. Looks like Andrew's only 2 seconds down on the lead cars. Just showing you the results of qualifying, although he didn't get through to Q3. Huh. I wonder what happened. I haven't seen the qualifying. He's going to walk you through his setup now, the usual ordeal if you've seen his videos before, and if you have not, welcome. This is sure to be an entertaining video with all the slips, spins, and slides we're used to from the HRT. So yeah, let's get this show on the road as we just go through the setup here. Lots of interesting things to talk about, lots of real F1 things, lots of not real F1 things. It's all been quite interesting couple of weeks. But winter break is in full force. Hopefully we'll get more videos out to you. We can already see intermediates and what's ready to go in case it decides to rain, although the weather is only calling for light cloud cover. You never know. You never know what could happen. Istanbul practice showed us even the best can have a little bit of a moment. But yeah, as we see this video kick off, glad to be back here casting. It's been tough. I've wanted to get one of these videos out for a while, but the thing that sucks about being in college is you just never know when real life is just going to come and just slap you and be like, no, you can't do your hobby. You can't cast about F1, view these exciting races. No, you got to do a flow analysis paper or just random exam for the fun of it. So we see something come about invalid race strategy. Now, I don't know what that's all about. I'm assuming it's because a set of options is not going to go 20 laps. That's a very interesting strategy he's doing right now. I don't know if that's going to work. Simply because, yeah, you can't take a set of options that far. So we see him going for the prime option. Good choice. It'll mean he'll have a much better third stint than anyone who's going primes last. Less fuel. More speed. As now we wait. That awkward silence we all know and love. And then the game decides it wants to load. Dear God, how could they fuck that up so badly? But no Cody's rants this time. Unless there's something blatantly obvious. But yeah, the Chinese Grand Prix, very exciting. I did get to cast about 70% of that before I went on my hiatus, but I was very sick when I was doing that, and it ended badly. And so I decided to hand that off to Andrew, but no! Our favorite Belgian came back and said, yeah, I'll do it too. So here we go, the start. P17, Istanbul Grand Prix, Turkish Grand Prix even. No longer on the calendar because US got a Grand Prix, baby, yeah, and here we go! Already up to mix 3, oh god, Bortz are going to run out of fuel, I can already tell. Missing a gear change there, shifting way too early. Schumacher in the back, that's surprising, dives into the outside of the first corner. Barrichello says, I don't think so. Bortz says, I do. Sliding in behind Maldonado, only one place up on the first corner. Usually he makes a much better start than that, but I think short shifting and, oh, okay, there we go. Moving up a couple positions right behind Buemi now. Aldespari making a look on the inside, is going to make it sick, but he cuts the corner a bit. If that had been online, he would have gotten a penalty, but the AI never get them. Trying to make a move on Buemi, taking out somebody. I think that might have been Aldespari. Toro Rosso driver is not going to be too happy with that. The engine's already on yellow. Bortz pushing it to the limit, like that Bad 80 song. Really pushing it over the limit there, going on the outside when you really shouldn't be. Here comes turn 8, the infamous Diabolica. Has to lift out, car does not have the grip. At this point in the race with prime tires, full fuel, and, well, it's an HRT. Take that. Also remember, HRT does not have the KERS hybrid system, so he cannot get that nice little boost of power, overbraking himself yet again. This is not the best start that Andrew has ever made, but critically, he's moved up a few places. He should be able to hold on to this. I don't know what his objective is to finish 16th, so he's already met that objective, and now it's a matter of how far up can he go. I have a feeling I'm going to guess P10. As usual, I have not previewed these videos. I do not know what happens. But knowing Andrew, he could probably... Oh, I'm not driving like that. Nice recovery, though. Nicely held. A little bit of oppo, and he's got it under control. So 1 lap, up 3 places. Scary moment with Aldiswari. Put the Spaniard probably into a spin. Heard the collision, didn't see the results. Now we see those engine temperatures settling a little bit. All the temps look good. And we're now on lap 2 of 58. Much better approach into that corner this time. A little bit too feisty on the first lap, but that's to be expected. That corner much better. That's the corner that always does me over in online races. For whatever reason, I can get the first 2 parts of that little complex down, but the third just always catches me out. This is one of my strongest tracks online, so I will be a bit more nitpicky. Sorry, Bortzy boy, but I know this track like the back of my hand. Much slower approach, though. Critically, keeping it in 6th gear gets a much better run out of this than taking it in 7th, as I've found. And now, we're set for the chase. Maldonado in P13, Bortz splitting the Williams, Barrichello behind. And I just spilled coffee all over myself. That's not a good way to start a cast. Now when I go get dinner later, people are going to be looking at me like, why the hell do you have coffee all over you? But I can say with pride, I was casting Formula 1, baby. Knocking it down to mixed standard. Good job, Bortz. You obviously heard me on the first video, basically screaming at the TV. Why are you in a retriever mixture? Didn't matter because he was 3 laps down, but that was the Bortz of old. I don't think we'll be seeing him going 3 laps down in this race unless he makes a massive mistake. You can already see the leaders pulling a nice gap, but not running away with it. He could leapfrog his way all the way up that chain if he can just hook himself on the back of Maldonado and use the DRS, which anyone who watched the Turkish Grand Prix this year knows was overpowered as hell, as it is so simulated in this game. Interesting gear shift there. Pops it up 1 more gear than I would have liked, but nothing too bad. So you could just see the performance the HRT lacks. Anybody who's raced this track with equal car sittings online, you know, the other races, Australia, Malaysia, and China, it looked comparable. You really couldn't tell much of a difference, but on this track, it is plain as day. The car is much slower going into these corners. This one's a little bit better. This approach is a little better this time into Diabolica. Getting a nice sweeping run through the curve. Flicking it up to mix 3. It looks like he's catching Maldonado a little bit, but the trouble is that nice little chain I was talking about earlier is now broken, with Maldonado and whoever's ahead of him falling behind the rest of the pack. That doesn't bode well. The only thing that is going for Bortz right now is the fact that he will be on option tires at the end of the race. I'm going to guess many of these guys, as Barrichello blows by him with his DRS open. Bortz isn't going to have any of that. He's going on the outside, but he cannot cut Barrichello off. He is not Michael Schumacher. He's going to dive on the inside. Barrichello gives him room, but he has the inside line for this next corner. And without the cursed hybrid system, he's not going to get the boost he needs, and now Kobayashi is going to make a move. Kobayashi down on the inside. Bortz missing a gear change there for a few seconds. Not long, but it is noticeable. Kobayashi breaks early, and whoa, Bortz has to take evasive action. Barrichello is slowing down way too much, and Schumacher gets by. Whoa, Schumi, where'd you come from? Why are you back here? And now he's behind his best friend in the world, Barrichello. Bortz is going to try to make a move on the inside, but it ain't going to stick. And now we go into this little complex. Bortz pushing it a little too hard, and whoa, nice snap there. Kobayashi does a go-by-bashi move on the inside, which is now the outside. Bortz is going to have that position back easily. But now the problem is Barrichello and Schumacher. If Schumacher gets ahead of Barrichello, Barrichello should be able to pull enough of a gap. Oh boy, this might not end well for Bortz. What I was saying before Barrichello went bonsai down the inside was that the only thing Bortz has going for him is his option tires. Many of these front runners are starting on the option tires, which would probably put them on either an option long prime stint where the tires will be really worn at the end, or maybe an option prime. I don't know. I don't know what I think about that. Or it might be option prime. Maybe someone will go for a 3-stop. I really don't know if the AI has it within its capacity to determine between 3 and 2 stops. I don't know if they do that. I don't really run 100% races that much just because I'm not a sadist. But we can see Bortz staying on the back of Barrichello. Once again, the curves would be so nice right about now, but it's looking like he's closed the gap down to 1 second, so he might get the DRS if he can keep on the back of Barrichello like this. The only problem is Schumacher is now streaming away in that Mercedes so much faster. Don't know how he qualified all the way in the back here, but he's definitely going to run away now. And the only hope that Bortz has is if Schumacher gets held up behind Maldonado and whoever's up there with him, could potentially take those places and find himself in P12, I think? Something like that. But the top 10 are just streaming away. We can already see the leader. He's going through onto the back straight with the kink.
You need to find some speed. The car behind is closing in.
Car behind is closing in, so that's Kobayashi. So Kobayashi will get the DRS as well. Probably both of them will actually get by Barrichello if Kobayashi closes a little bit more. Probably needs to be within, I'd say, 0.3 of a second to Bortz to get by Barrichello. This is going to be interesting. Here we go. Bortz getting the DRS nicely down the back of Barrichello. Little of... Ooh, that engine is not liking that. And Kobayashi... Is Kobayashi going to get past Bortz? Remember, the Sauber has curves. Bortz does not. So he can breeze on by. And now both of them have DRS. Are they going to be able to catch Barrichello? Bortz goes down the inside on the very line. He's not going to be able to outbrake him here. Oh, maybe he will be. Oh, Jesus. I didn't expect that to happen. Wow. Bortz outbraking Barrichello. Nice move. Jeez, I didn't see that coming. I thought that was going to be a massive accident. But Bortz proven me wrong. Yet again, he already did that in Australia and in Malaysia and, well, now in Istanbul. I can never get it right as we cut to lap 6. Ooh, that was a sexy transition, a lot less abrupt. As we see Bortz still in P15 with Kobayashi coming right up. Oh, Kobe! Oh, Mino, love you long time when you do that. Oh, is he going to get him back on the inside? Yep, he is. The front right brake is overheating just a little bit there, but nothing to be that worried about. Cools down nicely. The engine's back to normal temps. Bortz having a little bit of opposite lock there, but nothing too drastic. Now up to lap 7. Kobayashi still in the hunt for Bortz. Bortz is now falling far beyond Buemi. Gap was about, I'd say, 1.5 seconds for a while there to the guy in front, and now it's down to 3. Kobayashi streaming by Bortz, but critically. Kobayashi has a position now, but Bortz will get the DRS if he's smart about this. If he just holds off on Kobe, does not make the move. There we go. We see the lift. He's going to get the DRS. He's going to take him on the straight. Barrichello now wanting to join the party, but he's a bit too old to be partying. Bortz flicking it up to mix 3. He's going to get the DRS, but he's let Kobayashi get a massive lead on him. Oh, this might not work. He's probably going to do the same Bonds move he did on Barrichello, but that was really lucky that Barrichello wasn't turning in at that point. Is he going to be able to do this now? Hitting the limiter. Going on the inside. Ooh, that was close. Very close. Kobayashi turned in just a little bit there. That would have been bad for Bortz. But we see he knows what he's doing. 15th place. Now on lap 16. Obviously nothing interesting's happened. Bortz is now 13 seconds behind Buemi. Oh, this race has not gone well for Bortz. Who's this coming out of the pits now? Is this a back marker, or is this... Oh, this is Buemi. Oh, Buemi had to pit. Okay. That's cool. Let's see what kind of tires Buemi's on. Looks like he's on the... I think that's the I can't really see. My internet is really stupid here in my apartment, so I can only stream 360p video if I want to just stream and cast. I can't do HD, so I really can't see what color that is. We can just see how much more speed that Taras could carry through the corners. I think he's on options. I don't think the Taras would be that much faster through that complex. Maybe he would be. We can see the cloud cover picking up a little bit. Is Bortz within the 1 second? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to get the DRS here. And again, as I mentioned before, he does not have curves. So we just got to hope that he gets in the slipstream and can just etch away at Buemi that way. Oh, he does have the DRS. Okay, flick that thing open. Let's go, Bortz. Let's do it again. You're already 2 for 2. Can you make it 3 for 3? On the limiter. Breaking down. That looked like option tires. On the inside, he's going to hold the line, and Bortz has got it done. He is up to P14. Michael Schumacher is in turn 1 right now, battling someone else for position. I don't know. It depends. Now it's getting really cloudy. We might see a bit of a sprinkle. I don't know. Buemi's all over the ass of Andrew. That's naughty. He's going to go by critically before the DRS section. So, unless Bortz can keep in his slipstream and get a good run on him. And now DeResta is on his back. DeResta is going to make a move on the outside. He has DRS as well. He got it from Buemi. He's going to make a move on the outside of Buemi. Nope, that's not going to stick. That is definitely the option tire. Is he going to jump up the inside? No, he's not. No, Bortzy boy. Buemi's going to stream away with this now. Oh, man. He needed to defend that position. But there was nothing that he could do. He got the pass before the DRS zone. And then he couldn't hold off the inside line. Held off DeResta quite nicely, though. And is now following Buemi. Pit stop on this lap. For the option tire. Or for the prime tire, excuse me. On lap 22 of 58. Let's take a quick little sip of water here. As we see Andrew just overextending himself a little bit there. Not as bad as it was at the beginning of the race, but keep in mind the fuel is lower now. And Button sets the fastest lap of the race. 5 seconds faster than... even 6 seconds faster than Bortz. Oh, that doesn't bode well. He's actually making a gap to DeResta, Mr. Not Rob Engineer. And oh, Buemi getting a little bit uneasy. He's on the prime tire. I was incorrect. Now what's Bortz going to do? He could easily pass Buemi and hopefully hold him off into the section or get the DRS. He's going to choose to pass. Buemi will have the DRS. And this could get interesting. Bortz is going to have to hold the inside line. He should be able to do it. Even without Kurth, he should be able to hold the inside. It's all going to be null and void, though, because he's coming in for tires. The critical thing, though, is he pit... Whoa, where did Buemi go? What the hell happened to Buemi? He should have been right alongside him there. The critical thing, though, is he is going to have much fresher tires than Buemi. It's a bit of a different strategy. I'm assuming Buemi started on the options, so Bortz will be on fresh primes. And then when he has to come in for options, Buemi will be on primes yet again. He could take that place, actually. I think he could do it. 25 seconds to Schumacher. No way that's going to happen. So we see the Spady crew doing work. 5.3 seconds. Pit stop, I guess. Oh, we got some traffic there. And now it's a matter of can Bortz get by all the rest of these guys. There's Kobayashi again. Going on the outside. Not going to work, of course. Even Kobayashi wouldn't try that one. He's smarter than that. DeResta pitting within the next 5 laps. Okay, so what kind of strategy would that be? Would that be option prime? Because I want to think the set of primes that were put on 5 laps earlier would go away that fast. Maybe the AI does have different strategies. Oh, Bortz! A little bit of understeer there. Bumps Kobayashi. No damage to either car. All is well with the world. It actually looks, though, like the midfield is closing in on itself. I don't know if there are any back markers mixed in with there, but if not, well, let's see, that'd be 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Actually, I think the midfield is bunching up. And now I'm kind of starting to see why he did the prime option. He saw the clouds. He wanted to cover for rain. Because if it rains, he's going to have to get onto the inter possibly. Oh, Kobayashi is flying. Forget the flying fin. It's the jumping Japanese. But it's not going to work because Andrew Bortz knows what he's doing. He covers the inside line, covers the other inside line. Let me guess, he's going to cover this inside line. No way Kobayashi is getting by. Hits every apex beautifully. And we are where we were at the beginning of this lap. Bortz ahead of Kobayashi, behind DeResta, with Felipe Massa in the lead. Oh, dear Christ. That's not gone well. Lap 25, the cloud cover is picking up ever more. Right behind DeResta now, who's stuck behind back markers. Ooh, this could get very interesting. So I was incorrect. There are back markers in this pack. As he passes both D'Ambrosio and DeResta. DeResta was for position. D'Ambrosio not for position. He's lapping Virgins. And I think this is another back marker here that looks like it might be... no, it's Buemi. Holy shit. Buemi got held up mad by those back markers. Bortz is right back on Buemi now. Whoa, Buemi, what the f are you doing? That would have been a black flag. Schumacher within the next 5 laps. So either DeResta got some damage or he's on a completely different strategy. Probably going option prime. As we cut to lap 27, cloud cover picking up even still. And is that rain I saw? So we got blue flags now. We got the blues and 2s on. I think that's... trying to see on the radar. It looks like there is a sizable gap between whoever's in first and whoever's in second. Blue flags are still going, but he's not making a move. And I think that is a little bit of rain. There we go. There goes. Oh, it's Alonso. Wait, but he's in second. So did he already let the leader by? I don't know. Go catch him, Alonso. You can do it. Do it, Alonso. Do it for F1 fans everywhere. Whoa, Alonso's in 7th. Whoa. I got that all wrong. Maybe they were out of position with the pit stop phase. Oh no, and Alonso's getting caught behind a back marker. And Bortz, it's his teammate. Holy shit! Whoa! Alonso gets stuck behind Liuzzi. I guess Liuzzi got the team radio saying, let Bortz unlap himself. That was insane. Oh, and Alonso again. Alonso and Truly, obviously, Alonso passed him again, but is stuck behind another back marker. And Alonso can't get past. Oh my god, if Bortz gets a good run out of this corner, he's going to do it again. He doesn't get a good run out of this corner, though, but he has the slipstream of Alonso. Truly's moving alongside. But Alonso's sticking with it. What the fuck is Alonso doing? And, oh my god, what? Bortz is going to pass Alonso and Truly. Oh god, the Spaniard's going to be furious in there. As we all know, the more Fernando gets angry, the more he rolls his R. So right now, it just must be a constant R in that car. That was a horrible rhyming pun. Whoa. That was like, Abu Dhabi with the, with Maldonado. And oh, someone just went in the back of Bortz. I think that's Alonso. I see prime tire. I see a front wing that's not gone well. Oof. Alonso getting a little too feisty with this back marker. Not having any of that. Ends up destroying his own wing. Lap 29 now of 58. Still on the prime phase. I don't remember when he's supposed to come in for options, to be honest. Flicking it down to standard. And he's staying with Alonso. He's going to hit the DRS on Alonso. Is he going to be able to unlap himself? Whoa, hang on. Let's watch this. He's got the slipstream. He's got the DRS. He's going to hit the limiter in 3, 2, 1, limiter. Now. No, he's not going to try it. Okay, smart move, Bortz. You're not racing him for position. It probably costs you more in the overtake to defend your pass. Wow. That was an insane couple of laps just then. We see him, his best time, Bortz is 1:30. The best leader time was about 1:27. Lap 32 of 58. Alonso is long gone now. 42 seconds behind Schumacher. Blue flags are out. Let's see who this is. It's Petrov, the ex-Formula 1 driver now. If you haven't heard the messages or seen the post, whatever. Romain Grosjean is replacing Petrov at Lotus Renault GP, soon to be known as just Lotus GP. Is he going to make a move on Petrov? He is going to make a move on the Russian. No, he's not. He pulled out an AK and said, "You pass me, you die." And Bortz didn't feel like dying that day. So there we are. Petrov going past. But yes, Romain Grosjean is replacing Vitaly Petrov at Lotus GP. Going to be the teammate of Kimi Räikkönen. I'm really excited. I cannot wait to see that. Whoa, Bortz! A little bit of a... Did he flick down a little too much there? Did he bump the downshift? That was a very weird spin. He's got the DRS. Could have made a contention for Heinfeld, but now it's just going to hold him off of Perez. And the Blues are still out. Bortz is going to let Perez by. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he's going to give him a little, "Hey, how you doing?" on his way past. Lap 34 of 58 now. Still no rain. Surprised with all this cloud cover. I would have thought the drops would have been coming down already. Now lap 37. We see a sizable gap to Alguersuari. This is Liuzzi again. The man who held up Fernando Alonso and let that insane move happen. We see Alguersuari forming a little train behind. I assume either that or there's a back marker there holding everybody up. Flicking it to standard. Not in contention to make the pass. Whoa! No, it's Perez! I saw that dot wrong. I'm colorblind. Liuzzi's in front of them, I think. The stupid non-HD video. Oh! Perez has either had an off somewhere or... I don't know, because he's really slow right now. Oh wow, Liuzzi's all the way in Diabolica right now. I got that all wrong. That was pretty cool. As Bortz looking to unlap himself with Perez. Still looking to unlap himself from Perez 2 laps later. I have a feeling it's going to happen this lap. Probably not into this corner. Takes a lot more grip to grab in that corner, and the HRT just does not have it. As you can see there, a little bit of slip. Felipe Massa rather does a 127 dead. Bortz, losing the grip. These tires are shot, I bet. I think was it 44 was his planned lap? I'm not sure. Yeah, his tires are dead. Fuel is in the optimal range, which is dangerous, because that actually lies to you. It's not the optimal range. When it says optimal, that means you better flick down or you're going to run out. Hits the bollard there. Little bit of slip there. Lap 44 pits this lap for a set of the option tire. 55 seconds behind Sudal. Kobayashi 33 seconds behind. So even if Kobayashi went to the end of the race, he would still not be able to pass Bortz in the pits, assuming Bortz does not make a massive screw up somewhere. We have a lead car behind. Let's see who this is. Vettel, 125. Jeez, Sebastian. Even in this game, you're a monster. I mean, you're the fastest driver there. You're in the best team. You have probably the best Kimi Räikkönen impersonation ever. Whoa, Bortzy boy. A lot better at catching those spins than he was in Australia and Malaysia. Those are fun to watch just to see how many times he could spin him right round, baby. And by him, I mean his car. I'm assuming it's a man just because the Spanish don't like to dick around with that like the Germans do. No Kinky Kylies at Hispania. They're not good enough to have a nickname. It's just Worthless Carbon Fiber Shell 1 and Worthless Carbon Fiber Shell 2. But that's another matter for another day. Passing Kobayashi. That was a Kobayashi. Stop screwing me up, announcer boy. Now a minute behind Maldonado. No way that's going to happen. He's got the DRS from whoever that was that he just lapped. Coming in for those option tires. Going to be real quick on this stint. Let's see how many places he can pick up. Don't think he can get a minute gap down just with the option tire. Option's worth about another second, so with 13 laps remaining, now 12 laps remaining in this race, rather. Yeah, 12, yeah, that's not going to happen. Unless someone makes a massive mistake out front. Chances of which are pretty low. The options go on. 4.5 seconds, better than the first pit stop, but still nowhere near the top teams.
Watch out for traffic as you rejoin the track.
Those are more lead cars that look like a McLaren.
You have no more scheduled pit stops.
Kobayashi 27 seconds. Did Kobayashi come in as well? Or did Bortz pull more of a gap than I thought? Either way, now on cold. Oh, I was just about to say cold option tire is not going to get the performance. Could slip, and he does slip. Oh, Yves. I know how that feels. There was a race that I was in once online where safety car came out and we all stopped. And somebody, I can't remember what it was, somebody screwed up in front of me somehow. And just threw me off my game, and I didn't even think about swerving to heat the tires. First corner, it was Nürburgring. First corner of Nürburgring, I had cold tires, and they were cold primes. Let's just say another safety car came out right after that. It didn't end well for somebody who I play with a lot. If you're listening to this, Aussie, you know who you are. Sorry about that one. As we see, the tires heating up quite nicely now. Don't know about his fuel status. He was in the danger zone there for a while, but I think he might get to this okay. He's a couple laps down at least. I think 1 or 2. Blue's coming out yet again. Let's see who this is for. We're now at lap 46.58. Still no rain. And I think even at this point, if there was rain, it would have to pour down to even get into the interstage. Let's see. It's a German in front of us. Who is it? Schumacher in P11. So they're already up to P11 lapping Andrew. Bortz is at 120 down, so we should see Maldonado and whoever's in 12th coming up soon. Yes, we can see them there. They're just entering Diabolica now. Bortz having a bit of understeer. So see him getting on the back of Schumacher. He's going to be able to get the DRS. And depending on his run out of this corner, yep, I think he's going to be able to get this move done. He's right behind him. He's getting the slipstream now. DRS open in 3, 2, 1, bang. Let's see what he does here. He's definitely got the toe. He's definitely got the speed advantage. But does he have the brakes? Does he have the balls? Yes, he does. He takes the 7 times world champion and generally huge chin to man on the inside. But Mr. Huge Chin takes him on the inside again in this next corner. Oh, yikes. Bortz just got smacked there. He thought he could pass the... Oh, that didn't go well. But we can see Bortz still on the back of Schumacher now. It's going to happen again. I'm assuming these are some back markers up in front. Will they hold up Schumacher like they did Alonso? Time will tell. We see at least one getting out of the way, and I don't even think Schumi's going to get by them. Kovalainen. I think that might be Liuzzi up there too. Full rich mix. We got 4 cars, and they get out of the way. Oh man, that would have been such an exciting round down to the last corners if they hadn't gotten out of the way, but they did. On the limiter. Oh, that Mercedes just has so much top speed. Bortz is going to go on the inside yet again. Whoa! And cuts all the way to the outside, looking for the inside of the next corner. He takes it. He's got it. And that's revenge for you. That's revenge English style. The Germans thought that they could overwhelm them. Well, and then the Americans saved the rest. But that's another story for another day. USA, baby. Had to work that one in there somewhere. We see the blues coming out again. And this is going to be for, I would assume, Schumacher. Gotta let Schumacher by. Yep, there goes Schumacher. You know, that's the one thing I'm really hazy on. I really don't know the rules about unlapping yourself. I know the blue flags are there so that the back markers don't impede the leaders, but if the back markers have the pace of the lead car, can they fight for it, or are they just obligated to move out of the way? Somebody put that down in the comments section. Tell me how about that. I really don't know how that works. I'm sure I could read it, but the technical manual is about as interesting as an aerodynamics book. Trust me, you don't want to read those. They're ugly and full of numbers that you've never seen before in your life. And there we go. Pass the German again. Lap 51 coming up right about now. Bang. 51 to 58. P14. Not as good as some of his previous efforts, but good enough. Passes his objective. Nothing to be ashamed of. It would have been nicer if we could have had a battle for the more midfield-ish positions, but he just didn't have the pace. The HRT doesn't have the pace on this track, obviously. Combined by the fact that the sort of hodgepodge of midfield and front-running cars in the beginning evened itself out rather quickly. Leaders pulled a nice gap and just were never found again. 5 seconds down on his previous time. Huh, could be going for a pretty quick lap here. But we saw Vettel doing a 1:25. That was pretty insane. Nicely held through Diabolica there. And yeah. Other thing too that could have played into his favor is his strategy favored more of a wet race situation. Fuel is down a lap, but the good thing is Bortz is down a lap himself. So that should be okay. I think his fuel will be fine. Lap 56 to 58. 127.7, that's about what the leaders were running towards the beginning of the race. So nothing fantastic there, but for an HRT, that's pretty respectable. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. We're going to see the end of this race. Go well for Bortz. We'll have to wait and see. We know that he likes the low downforce in the rear, so when those tires go off at the end of the stints, they usually go off in a big way. I sense a dramatic Bortzy moment coming up somewhere here. Though I could be wrong. Duress is 15 seconds behind, though, so if he does have dramatic Bortzy moment, well, now it's end of the race coming up there. Let's see how this goes. One more time. Through the sweeping straight. I really do like this kink in the straight. It was fun to watch Vettel spin in it. Damn you, Sebastian. Down into the corner where we had so many awesome passes. Usually on leading cars, but still. Alonso twice. Schumacher twice. Kobayashi a couple of times. And there we go. The last quarter, P14 for Andrew Bortz. Felipe Massa wins the Turkish Grand Prix. And now, time for my famous speed talky thing. Gained 3 places mostly at the beginning of the race. And let's do this. Bortz, scroll to the top, baby. Let's get this going. Or maybe scroll to the bottom first. No, what are you doing? Oh, crap. Uzi Glock Kovalainen and Denver. No! No, don't do this to me, Bortz. You're going the wrong way. No! Fernando Alonso in 6th place. Not that bad considering. Wow, there's a tiny gap between Massa and Weber and Vettel. Vettel, obviously the fastest of the bunch, but probably couldn't get back my mark. He obviously was told to maintain the gap. So the championship is Alonso from Weber, from Hamilton, from Vettel, from Button, from Massa, from Rosberg, from Petrov, from Heidfeld, from Schumacher, from Kobayashi, from Perez, from Eliswari, Bortz, Sutil, Buemi, Maldonado, D'Aresta, Barrichello, D'Ambrosio, Trulli, Liuzzi, Glock, Kovalainen in the back. Which is surprising because he's the best out of all the new teams. A lot of teams haven't scored any points yet. That's surprising. HRT is in 8th thanks to Andrew's nice finish in China. Ahead of Force India, and it looked like Williams and the rest of the new teams. And there we go, some high-fiving action. Yep, he's happy with himself. So I hope you guys enjoyed this cast of the Turkish Grand Prix. I know it was late, I know it's been a long run, but hopefully now we can get back into a regular schedule and keep you guys entertained through the winter break. Next up, Spain, infamous in 2010 for being a bitch. In this game, it's much better. We'll have to see whether or not Andrew Bortz is going to be able to take it from the leading cars, or whether, like this race, he'll just not be able to get it done. So, I hope you all enjoyed it. Steve Stoop is now back into his commentary swing, I don't know what you would call it. Co-casting with Andrew Bortz. I'm Matt Ruda, at AgeMolder5 on Twitter. Follow me, love me, like me, hate me. Get me into an F1 Aero team. Peace, guys.